to think I had to feel ready to start, ready to share, ready to change. But every big shift in my life started before I felt ready. No magical moment, no lightning bolt, just a quiet decision to move, even when I didn't feel like enough, I used to feel so stuck, not in one crazy dramatic way, but in the small, quiet ways that slowly pile up. Physically, I'd keep telling myself I'll start working out when things calm down. Financially, I'll sort my money once I start earning more. And creatively, that I'll post once I have something perfect. In my relationships, I'll open myself up to someone once I finally do all the work. And in the meantime, I just waited. I thought confidence came first, that I'd feel ready and then I'd begin. But what I've learned is that it's the other way around. So here is how starting before I was ready changed everything across the 4 areas that matter most in my life. Number 1 is health. I didn't suddenly become this fitness guy. I just told myself move 3 times a week, and that's it. It didn't need to be this perfect program or a 5 a.m. challenge, just movement. And even now, I track it using an app called Not Boring Habits, which turns the progress into this little fun adventure. And I'm currently tracking 3 things. There's the working out, there's creating, and there's reading. And every time I take one off, it feels like I kept a promise to myself. And research backs this up, where small consistent habits are the most powerful form of identity change. And James Clear calls this casting votes for the person you want to become. And for me, the vote started with 1 rep, 1 set, 1 workout that I didn't feel ready for. And the impact that has had on every other area of my life has been crazy. Area number 2 is wealth. This one is still unfolding, but the shift began with a $19 sale. I made an Instagram carousel template and posted it on Creative Market. Then I completely forgot about it. When the sale notification hit my inbox, I froze. I couldn't believe it. Not because of the money, but because it proved that this path is real. Since then, I've made a few more small things. Design templates, a yearly reflection Notion doc, a high income skill Notion doc. None of them went viral, but each one was this small sign of proof. Because as Naval said, you need to play long-term games with long-term people. But first, you need to start playing. Even if no one's watching, even if it's not perfect, even if you're not ready. Then number 3 is relationships. There's this idea that we'll show up fully in our relationships once we are healed, once the work is done. I used to think that I had to disappear in a cave in the mountains for about maybe 20 years or something and figure my entire life out, go full monk mode, Then after that, I'd finally leave the cave and I'd be ready, But what I found is that the work is the relationship. It's the showing up, it's the trying again, the sitting in silence when you don't have the words. My fiance and I can't believe I can actually say that. My fiance and I have been through a lot. And some of our most meaningful moments didn't come from some crazy breakthroughs. They came in the middle, just in the middle of the mess. And Alain de Botton writes, love is a skill, not a feeling. And like any skill, it gets stronger through practice, not perfection. Number 4 is happiness. This one is tricky because we often chase it like a destination. And I'm so guilty of that too, But I'm learning that joy is built, not found. And for me, that's through creating, reading, learning, dancing to South African music, cracking silly jokes as we game with my boys, and nighting just watching a movie with my fiance and our little one, taking them out for a meal where it's just the three of us, playing strands on a FaceTime call with her, putting my phone down and just paying attention to our conversation, showing up for those I love, showing up for the goals and the dreams I have, even when it's hard to, you know. And almost every time, I feel more like myself again, because Dan Coe says that mood follows action. Yeah, and it's true, because happiness isn't this fixed state you arrive at. It's something you create by doing the actual thing, especially when you least feel like it. What I've learned through all this is you don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. Yeah, start small, start messy, start sincere, because readiness doesn't come before action, it comes from action. You don't think your way into belief, you build your way there. Yeah, one rep, one try, one $5 product, one hard conversation, and one walk around the block. So if you've been waiting for the perfect timing or the perfect plan, then this is your sign. Start now before you feel ready, because that's where all the magic happens. Next week, I'm taking you to the studio I designed and built over the years, not as a flex, but as proof of what happens when you keep showing up little by little. Yeah. So hit subscribe and let's build this thing together. Yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.